you're on hella
Let me see.
No, you can right off. Only for you.
These are girls I've followed for years. What are you talking about?
Oh, for years? You know her? From Love Island?
It's not looking good, Bev. It's not looking good.
Almost in hysterics. After my divorce, I got on Tinder. I met this super cute guy. We went on a date, went back to my house, had a couple drinks. We're sitting on the couch talking. Things started getting a little spicy. So we went back to my room. He took off his shirt and then proceeded to get me completely naked and stopped, looked at me while I'm laying on the bed, wondering what's going on. And he said to me, "Your body is not what I was expecting, and I'm not going to be able to get it up for you." And I was shocked and embarrassed. I grabbed my comforter. I was almost in hysterics from being so pissed off, and I literally threw him out of my house. But that's the meanest thing. Your body is not what I expected, and I just can't get it up for you.
Damn!
It's an evil world we live in.
I just came to the realization that, like, if you're 40 years old, you're never gonna find love. Like, oh my god. Sorry, I woke up like really, really emotional because I was married for, oh my god, I need to stop. I was married for over 20 years, and like, I was so used to being a wife. Like, I loved being married, you know? Like, I love being a wife. I love having like that one person I love coming home to and like venting all my to. And now it's like, yeah, you date people and like sparks fly, and then it's just like, oh, I found better, you know?
This is another classic case of a woman who had a loyal husband, a stable home, and 20 years of shared history, and still said, "I'm bored." So she left. Why? Because the spark was gone. Ma'am, it's a marriage, not a fireworks display. Then she met some new guy who gave her butterflies, which, let's be honest.
I was talking to my ex again, and there was a TikTok. I had a fan on here, a TikTok follower that messaged me, and she said, "Hey, I started talking to this guy, and I noticed on his Instagram, like those highlight reels, you were in one of his highlight reels, like you guys made a TikTok together." And I was like, oh yeah, that's my boyfriend, because we were like trying to work things out. It was long distance, whatever. And she's like, oh, well, we're talking. He said he was single. And I'm like, I'm not even crying about that. I think I'm just more sad about the fact that, like, it's impossible. It's impossible to find someone that you will 100% trust. And part of it has to do with me too, because
We talk about women don't understand when they divorce and they 35 and up, anywhere outside their prime, from 18 to 29, 30, when they get to 30 something and up, it's a wrap. When people know you're a divorce, when guys know you're a divorcee or you a baby mama at that time, you're the easiest one to have sex with, and they just know there's no loyalty there, there's nothing there. So you was just a hit quick, you an easy hit and run. So nobody gonna be stupid enough that, especially that you one, is gonna be able to remarry you or take you seriously.
W-mans. W-mans.
100%. And once they let you go, they think they can do better. So if they ever come back, hit it once, then you know what you gotta do. Run!
I left my husband 5 months ago, and I regret it. No, you're not supposed to say that. I know I'm supposed to be in my living my best life era, whatever, but like, no. These last 5 months have broken my spirit. They have been the hardest of my life. These last 5 months have required so much work, so much discipline to get back to myself. But it's supposed to suck. I talked to my friend last night about this on the phone, and he really put it in perspective for me. Said the year you get a divorce was going to suck regardless. I question my decisions constantly. No matter what choice I made, I would have been miserable regardless. Life is not supposed to be happy and perfect all the time. Most growth comes from the times when we are having to do the work, having to sit in our misery, having to sit in the quiet. And that is exactly what I'm doing. 31 and I feel like I'm 18 again trying to navigate the world. Because you know what I regret more than leaving my husband? It having to get to that point anyway. I regret marrying the wrong person in the first place and not listening to my intuition. From my mistakes. So that you can learn from me being a dumbass.
You're a stage 5 dumbass.
Whoop-de-doo.
My baby daddy quit his job as an electrician where he was making over 6 figures a year to work a minimum wage job at a fast food place just so he wouldn't have to pay me $3,000 a month in child support. Is that not ridiculous? He would rather take a massive pay cut than to give me money to pay for his kids. I'm just so pissed right now because how am I going to pay my mortgage? How am I going to pay for my mortgage? And you can tell me to go get a job, but then who's going to watch my kids? Because putting my kids in daycare is going to cost more than my freaking house. So what am I supposed to do? He's trying to act like he should only be responsible for 50% of the kids' expenses, and he doubts that they cost $6,000 a month. But I'm like, sir, I am doing 100% of the raising. I feed these kids every night. I put them to bed. I wake them up in the morning. I get them dressed. You're not doing any of that. So you should be 100% taking care of them financially. I told him when we first got together I was never going to get a job and he was going to have to take care of me, and he was okay with that. But now we're divorced and he's saying that he shouldn't be paying my bills.
Yes, because you are no more his wife. What's so difficult to understand? You are no more his wife, so he shouldn't be footing your bill.
The court notified me that my final decree of divorce has been approved by the judge. I know that it sucks being alone. I come home and I'm alone. I go everywhere alone. I don't hardly talk to him anymore. I don't blame him. I filed for the divorce. So I'm sure people are wondering, well, you filed. Why are you so upset? Why are you crying? Just because you make a decision that you think is going to end up making things better doesn't mean that you have to give up the fact that you love that person or that you did it because you were trying or whatever. I've never met anybody like him, and I've never loved anybody like him either, but I don't want a divorce. I still am very much in love with my husband.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn!
You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
I'm divorced. I thought I'd be happier, except the judge set the child support amount at $326 a month. $326 a month for 2 kids for child support is what he has to pay me. $326 a month because he's not working. Because he chooses not to. I was able to cross-examine him, which was fun. And I asked him how many hours a week he spends working or trying to sell houses, because technically he still has a real estate license, so technically he's still a realtor. He said 15 hours a week approximately is how many hours he works per week. Grown man. Grown, able-bodied man with transportation and no childcare to worry about. Says he works 15 hours a week.
Sensational.
Cut the show. I'm done.